What's cracking, big dogs? It's Monday morning. This is how we're going to start off every week going forward until the day that I am in a coffin. It's probably not that far away. We're doing a mock draft, a real draft on UnderdogFantasy.com. We love UnderdogFantasy.com. We love the team. We love the product. More importantly, we love drafting on UnderdogFantasy.com. I tried to do a live stream last week on Monday doing it, but my internets was all fucked up. But we've made some upgrades to the headquarters. As you can see, we laid the groundwork. I know you're thinking, wow, Nick, you are something else. You put bricks into the wall. You're a masonry. Wait, is it masonry or masonry? I'm a mercenary. Nah, mercenaries are dudes who fucking get hired to kill people. Wait. What do people who lay brick do? That's what I fucking did, except it's fake brick, obviously, as you can see. The shit skipped from Saturday night straight to Monday morning real quick. It still looks good, though. If you don't look at it, just don't look at it. Like, don't look at me either, because I look like shit. There's a lot of drinking and eating this weekend. The wall looks like shit, but it kind of looks good, though. We also got a Wi-Fi extender, which now plugs an Ethernet cable into my computer. Thus, I can rattle off live streams with y'all. And I'm excited about it, because now we could do live streams on UnderdogFantasy.com. UnderdogFantasy.com is where we'll be doing all of our drafts this summer. It is the number one place to draft. It's the number one place to get ready for your actual season-long drafts, because every draft is at least a $3 buy-in, meaning all the ADPs are sharp. The opposite of animal, that's how sharp they are, okay? So UnderdogFantasy.com has a ridiculous promo going on right now. Literally, if you're a first-time depositor, they're giving you $25 on top of whatever you deposit for the first time. So if you throw $10 down and use the promo code BDGE when you do that, you're getting $25 on top of that into your account, which is why I got $35 in my account right now. Let's say what's up to the YouTube people. How we doing? How we living? Mason, just Mason. All right, just think of me as the mason jar of fantasy football. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So we are going to switch to a full screen ting. You got me in the corner. We're on UnderdogFantasy.com, all right? The link to download this app, you can go to UnderdogFantasy.com, but the app is beautiful and it's flawless, and they put a lot of time into making it beautiful. So that link is already in the live chat. It's pinned in the live chat. It'll be pinned in the description, the comment section after this video. It'll take you straight to the App Store. Download it. Use promo code BDGE when you deposit $10, and you're getting $35 into your account. As you can see, I'm loaded right now with $35. They don't actually let me use my promo code, unfortunately. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to NFL. This is a slow draft, right? They have two types of draft on UnderdogFantasy.com. They have the slow draft, which means 8 hours in between picks, and then they have the fast draft when there's not a little timer clock, little ting-ting there. No Rolex going on. That's 30 seconds per pick. I'm not sure why they don't have any $3. So there's $3 drafts, there's $5 drafts, there's $10 drafts. And for those of y'all that are like, why the fuck would I pay for a mock draft? You're not actually paying for a mock draft. These are actually competition leagues. You just don't make any in-season moves. At the end of the season, you come back, and if you came in first, second, or third place, then you win some money. So we're going to rip off a $5 draft. No, we're going to hit info first, because we're going to create a private draft for y'all, which means I only invite the big dogs in to draft with me. Let's create that. Share this draft. We're going to throw it into Discord real quick. Where art thou, Discord? Everyone in the Discord gets access to all these links first-handed. They're the first ones that get in. So if you want to join Discord, you can do that through Patreon. Patreon.com/BDGE. This is going to be a 12-team. I promise, just bear with me. We'll have that mock draft up and running within the next, 30 seconds to a minute. Come on, Discord. What you doing, girl? Let me pop it up on community. Oh, no. I can see the internet already slowing down. Maybe this Ethernet shit ain't all it's cracked up to be. It ain't all it's wired up to be. Oh, we're moving in slow-mo. There's too many pieces of software going right now. Let's make an announcement. We are... You guys can't see this, actually, huh? We'll do some Q&A probably at the end of this video as well, so stick around. Add everyone. We are live and need 10 for the best ball draft on Underdog. All right, let's hit our text platform. This is how it fills up real quick. You can also sign up for getting texts from BDGE. Tell me we're frozen already. Jesus Christ. Internet's out of control. How bad this is. Whatever. Y'all don't need to see me anyways. Just hear me. Can you hear me at least? I got to stop doing low latency. I think that's what fucks it up. Send new message. Oh, waiting for 5 people. Text platform might not even get to hear this. They might not even get to see this. This phone number is linked in the description, or not linked in the description, but the phone number is in the description. So if you text it, you're automatically added to our text platform list, and you'll get these links as well. This is free to get onto our text list. Need 3 for the Underdog Drizzy. That was so poorly. What the fuck is going on? Send. All right, that should shoot out to y'all in a minute, or a couple seconds actually, and then this draft should be filled. Yep, just shot out. Not right now. Don't notify me. Cool. Let me move myself down over here. Can you guys still hear me? As long as you can hear me, I'm cool with that. Let me make sure you can hear me. Audio is good. We can hear you. Cool. No one actually needs to fucking see me anyways. All right. Draft's filled up. Who we got in here? We got a lot of the regulars. I got all the homies from Discord always flocking into the drafts. I got the 112. Interesting spot for me. Cool. We got Georgie Memes. Follow Basement Sports Cards on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Pornhub. We got T-Rock. Was good. Verzi. The Glizzy God. I don't think I recognize the other names, to be honest. I apologize if I should. So I'm sitting at the 112. Draft will start in 20 seconds. Again, if y'all are not on Underdog, I would highly suggest you do so. They're so addicting. They're really fun. The app is flawless. And the way this is set up is it's basically a best ball draft. So for those of y'all that are new to best ball, the way it works is, all right, sorry, this is bugging me out. I got to figure out the camera situation. That's what I was doing. God darn it. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, whatever. We're off and drafting. So we have C-Mac at the 101. No surprise there. You know what? Let me pull up a secondary YouTube screen so I can take your guys' Q&A as we're going on as well. Okay, so C-Mac, Derrick Henry. 1-1, 1-2. It's a pretty normal start. Sometimes we see Dalvin go off. Sometimes we see Saquon go off. But I'm pretty good taking Derrick Henry there at the 102 spot. I feel nice and spicy about it. Dalvin Cook at the 1-4. I do have 2 monitors. So I have my monitor. I have 1 monitor and 1 laptop. Wow, Cam Akers at the 1-5. T-Rock, I'm pretty okay. Okay, Verzi. Okay. I get it. You guys are content over quality teams today. I get it. Cam Akers at the 1-5, Justin Fields at the 1-6, Jonathan Taylor at the 1-7. So, like, Cam Akers' pick, I feel like, was half like, oh, I really like Cam Akers. I'm not going to get him if I don't pick him now, but also just to piss Nick off on this Monday morning. I know I'm frozen. I know the video is frozen. Justin Fields at 1-6. Guys, these are $5 leagues, so I'm sorry that this happened. Jonathan Taylor at the 1-7. Alvin Kamara at the 1-8. Travis Kelce at the 1-9. I'm still a little bit, like, skeptical on Alvin Kamara this early. I mean, I'll take him at the 1-8, of course, but I haven't really broken down. I'll take him over Jonathan Taylor probably, but I haven't really broken down my thoughts on Alvin Kamara to the fullest extent. And DLIS God just absolutely sniped me on Nick Chubb. It's really who I wanted there. I'll take a look at the other running backs. Since my internet's kind of fucked, I might have to actually draft on the app while you guys are watching the screen because I got 14 seconds left. We will see what I want to do here. Actually, something I've tried before and something I like to do, but I'm not going to do it because Kelsey's not available. I'm going to go with Aaron Jones for one of these guys to get my RB1. And then since I really like to stack, typically if I wasn't drafting with a bunch of fucking assholes in this draft, I would go with Tyreek Hill here and then try to get Patrick Mahomes on the other turn. But you guys never let me like enjoy myself. You guys ruin my day like fucking all the time. So I'm gonna go with another running back here. And I'm not super high on going with a dude like Joe Mixon or Austin Eckler here, but I'm gonna go with Mixon. I like Mixon more this year than I did going into last year. Put it that way. And I really just want it's more team building strategy for me on these best ball drafts. So we started off with Aaron Jones, we started off with Joe Mixon. It was more so I just wanted 2 workhorse running backs, and I'm higher again on Mixon this year than I am last year. They got Gio out of the way. Hopefully the line's a little bit better. You know, everyone a year older, a year wiser, a year quicker. You know, just like Animal. Animal went. Remember Animal at the combine last year compared to the combine this year? Guy's quick now. So I'm hoping all the offensive linemen got a little more agile. Here's the thing. Y'all are going to be like, here goes the Mixon trap. I don't like Mixon, to be honest. This is what I was telling you guys last year. I was like, Mixon's a trap last year. Mixon's not a good pick last year. He doesn't get pass catching work last year. Okay? So I don't want to hear you guys coming around a year later being like, Mixon's a trap. Yeah, I already fucking knew that, but he's probably better off this year outlook-wise than he was last year because Gio is gone. The offense is going to be a lot better. Going to have more goal line opportunities, and I like where they're at. So we had Tyreek Hill, Antonio Gibson. Man, so starting tomorrow, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do a sophomore series. Pretty much how I went through for the rookie draft stuff. I did the series Don't Say the Car's Topless Tuesdays. I'm going to be going down the ADP for sophomore players. So tomorrow's video is going to be the RB1 and the wide receiver 1. We're going to break them down in depth based on their ADP. So it's Jonathan Taylor and it's Justin Jefferson. I'm going to go in depth on those 2 guys. The next Tuesday is going to be the RB2 and the wide receiver 2. So Cam Akers and who's wide receiver 2? I think it's CeeDee Lamb out of the sophomores. So we're going to go each week. And we're going to break down all the sophomores because it's such an intriguing class. They were so fucking good. And you see a bunch of them going off the board here. So Tyreek Hill to 2-3, Austin Eckler 2-4, Stephon Diggs 2-5, Devontae Adams 2-6. Can't get behind the Devontae Adams pick right yet. I tend to, if he starts to drop into the late second, early third, I'm fine pulling the trigger there, but he's not falling that much further than his normal ADP, I feel like. Najee Harris at the 2-7, Dobbins at the 2-8, Swift at the 2-9, nope. Chris Carson at the 2-10, Clyde at the 2-11. I'm going to have so much A.J. Brown at like the 2-12 spot. I'm trying to figure out what are my favorite spots to draft from. And depending, because I draft with you guys and you guys like just listen to what I say for the most part, strategy-wise, and start taking running backs like crazy early. Like Chris Carson went from my favorite late 3rd, early 4th round pick, and now he's getting picked at the 210. So it's like the strategy's got to change quickly. So if you're drafting early on and you grab a guy like C-Mac, Derrick Henry, Saquon, by the time your pick's up on the second half, you don't get another workhorse running back. You kind of have to settle for one of these wide receivers. I mean, settling for A.J. Brown or Justin Jefferson sounds pretty fucking good, though. Justin Jefferson graded out so high on Matt Harmon's reception perception, just dominated like every aspect of it. Man coverage, press coverage, like 95th percentile. He's going to absolutely tear up the league for the next like 10 years. He's just Keenan Allen with probably more deep sexiness to his game. Wow, George with the absolute worst pick of the fucking draft. Unbelievable. He's a Cleveland fan. Oh, what did I do? He's a Cleveland fan who takes Darren Waller at the 3-2. What a joke. Who are you guys taking if you're ranking your tight ends this year? Are you taking Waller over Kittle? Don't be like George. Don't take Waller over Kittle. You have DeAndre Hopkins at the 3-3, Michael Thomas at the 3-4. Michael Thomas seems like a wildly good value right now as well. in the middle of the third round. I mean, if you go with 2 running backs first and get Michael Thomas as your wide receiver 1, Julio Jones is your wide receiver 2. Wow, look at the comments. We got Waller over Kittle, 100%. And we've got... I always forget I don't actually need to read the comments in YouTube. I can just throw them up on the screen or see it. I'm wide awake but never sleeping up. Oh, I'm up in 3 picks. We gonna get fucked up. Okay, so we see Miles Sanders dropping a little bit. We see Miles Sanders dropping a little bit to the end of the third round. How are we feeling about that? How are we feeling about Sanders, like, really dropping off the radar? You guys are going to be surprised when you hear my outlooks on a lot of the running backs this year, I think. Because a lot of the dudes I loved last year, I'm really falling off on this year. Like, I'm not a fan of DeAndre Swift. I'm not really a fan of Miles Sanders anymore either. I think they're just kind of telling you what they're doing with that backfield, bringing in so much competition. Damn it. So I should have taken Tyreek Hill there, huh? Oh, it wasn't even my pick. They took Miles Sanders. I should have taken Tyreek Hill so that I could have stacked him with Patrick Mahomes. Best ball, we like to stack. I'm a fan. I'm actually, you know what else I kind of like doing here? So I can't fucking do it because you guys are fucking assholes. Damn it. There's no running backs I see worthy of getting this pick. But one thing I really like to do here is take Amari Cooper. I haven't had the opportunity to do it too much, and CeeDee Lamb together and let this Dallas offense just run wild. If you think Zeke is kind of, if you think Zeke's fucking legs have been chomped at and they're just not what they used to be anymore, then this offense is going to be completely through the air. And you should stack these Dallas wide receivers. I've got, like, no faith in Michael Gallup. I feel like it's going to be Cooper and it's Lamb. I think, like, Cooper's going to go for 1,200. Lamb's going to go for 1,100. Probably 17 to 18 touchdowns combined. And listen, I know. This is more of like a strategy team building thing. I'm not like I'd probably like Terry or Mike Evans or Julio Jones straight up over a few of these guys. Like, I'd probably take Julio Jones over both those guys straight up. Actually, maybe not right now, depending on what happens with his trade talks. But it's more of a strategy thing for me. It's more of like a team stacking thing, and hoping that we can make that into a thing. Where are the comments at? No. Camera frozen. I'm wrong. I'm aware. So we've got Waller over Kittle. Kittle all day, and it's not close. Waller over Kittle, yes. What's your argument for Kittle over Waller? Waller over Kittle. Wow, you guys are all Waller over Kittle, huh? You love to see it. Waller is a baller. Comes in with the fucking heat from the top rope. He's dropping fucking bars. Hashtag Alcatraz. Jerry Jeudy, great value in a lot of mock drafts. Yeah, there's a couple receivers in like the 7th, 8th round that I think are some of the best values right now in drafts. Like, I keep seeing now T. Higgins keeps dropping to the 6th round, Ayuk in the 6th round, Courtland Sutton 6th round, Chase Claypool 6th round. And then you're seeing DJ Chark, Robbie Anderson. I'm loving like Deebo Samuel, Jerry Jeudy, all in like the 7th, 8th round. I think those are fantastic values. Michael Smith asks, Nick meant to catch Q&A yesterday. When is the earliest you take Travis Kelce? The earliest I'd take Travis Kelce in a best ball draft is I can do the best ball draft in the 1st round. Had he been sitting there at the 112 where I had this pick, I would take him. He's just not. So I don't take tight ends early in redraft. It's just not what I do. I just think the positional scarcity and just like the way that they just don't score points compared to other positions is not where I want to be inserting my draft capital. I'm just a running back early and often guy. And trust me, like, continue to do that strategy, the running backs early, because this year will be a swing. This was one of the worst years for running backs in a long time. Everyone loaded up on RBs, got burnt this year because everyone got hurt and everyone died and whatever, et cetera, et cetera. We'll see a swing back from the top running backs, and everyone will be back on the running back bandwagon. So make sure you hit them early. So yeah, I just don't want to allocate capital to the tight end spot early when I could do that with running backs. Nick, I have a question. From what I see this year, might be the deepest I've ever seen the talent as far as fantasy football is concerned. Do you agree? I would actually argue going into last year was the case. There was like 15 workhorse running backs that we thought, and then we also had like 35 wide receiver twos going into like the 7th or 8th round. I thought last year was deeper in terms of it. This year, by the time you hit like the end of the first round, you don't really have any workhorse running backs anymore. You have guys like J.K. Dobbins, DeAndre Swift, all those sophomore running backs we're not really sure are actually going to be the workhorses. And wide receivers, in terms of like sure things, kind of dip off by like this point. Whereas last year, I felt like you had 25 to 30 wide receiver twos that you could be like really confident in drafting in the middle rounds. So I would argue last year was deeper than this year, just from like a non from like almost like when people look back at like the rookie classes, they're like, who's the better prospect? Obviously, hindsight is always going to be 2020, but I think just from a pure, at this point last year, I thought last year's class was deeper. Myles Gaskin. So we have Travis Etienne at the 412. Man, Travis Etienne's not a guy I can get behind in the 4th round. Chase at the 5-1. Don't like that either. Gaskin, these running back, I'm gonna need to do a full video just on like these fringe Gaskin, Mike Davis, Chase Edmonds guys. It feels like these are the rounds where running backs go to die, where you just like think of upside. Chase Edmonds in the 5th round is hard to get behind when you know that Cliff has had every chance to give him a full workload and just hasn't done it. I think James Conner is going to get a lot more work than people think he's going to get. Myles Gaskin, who knows what's going to happen in the Miami backfield, man. I really, really don't know. I think the upside is there because we've seen that they want to give one player a workhorse role, but like, do they really trust Gaskin? I don't know, man. I really just don't know. I'm so fucking mad in my one, well, not my one, but like my biggest dynasty league, the Go Fade Me league. I forgot to do my waivers. I forgot to do my waiver wire for the first one, so I missed out all the taxi squad players that I wanted. I'm fucking pissed about it. Cooper Kupp 5'9". Love that fucking pick. Love that pick. I'm coming around to Cooper Kupp. I think him and Stafford are going to make magic. I think Cooper Kupp's going to be an absolute beast this year. End of the 5th round. Love that pick. Yes, let's fucking go. See, this is what we do it for. This is why we do it. Dak Prescott. We've got the Dallas stack, baby. We've got the Dallas stack, baby. Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. That's how you do best ball. That is how you fucking do it. All right, we're looking at running backs. We got 2 already. We're straight there. Wow, I'm single-handedly pushing Damian Harris's ADP up, and you love to see it. Now we're sitting here. Deontay Johnson, Brandon Ayuk, Chase Claypool. Let's see, a lot of good wide receivers sitting there. Who we got at tight end? Nope. I'm going to stick with my guns here and stick with my man Deontay Johnstein. You know, that's my guy. I'm riding with Deontay this year. He's just one of the best pure route runners and separators in the NFL. No ifs, ands, buts, asses, titties about it. You know what I'm saying? Kupp or Woods? I'm actually going to go with Kupp, man. I'm going to go with Kupp over Woods. Let me try to fix my camera, actually, guys. Just give me a second while this looks disgusting. Why is this all frozen? Why is this happening? That's frozen. Ooh, that's ugly. I don't want that. Why does this happen? I just don't understand. Let me turn the camera off. Give me a sec. Whatever. Fuck it. We ain't gonna get it to work. I'm never gonna live stream again. I'm never gonna live stream again. Get on StreamYard. Yeah, I want. Ecamm Live is so good. I've literally never had problems with it until I moved into this apartment and just with live streaming. This is the only problem I've had with it. But other than that, Ecamm Live is my favorite live stream software for sure. All right, so after Deontay Johnson, we have Claypool go right behind him. Again, dude, I'm like very much in a toss-up between those two. I like both of those guys. I will be taking plenty of Claypool, plenty of Deontay Johnson. Won't be taking any Juju. James Robinson in the 6-3. I think Ray GQ made a very good point. I think Ray GQ made a very good point in that, all this talk about Travis Etienne being used as a weapon, he's going to be, slot wide receiver, pass catching running back. Doesn't that mean James Robinson is going to get a ton of the running back work? Like, I think so. So I don't know if I love James Robinson this early, but like, if Robinson, I think he's going to drop. I think he's going to continue to drop. I think we'll see James Robinson probably settle into like the 7th round. And at that price, I'd be fine taking him as like my RB3. Probably get a lot of goal line work. Javonte Williams at the 6-6. I'm not really behind that pick yet. I'd rather have Melvin Gordon in like the 9th or 10th round. Kyle Pitts. I'm starting to come around to. I've seen Kyle Pitts go anywhere from like the. I've seen Kyle Pitts go anywhere from like literally the 5-1 all the way down now to 6-7. I think if you see Kyle Pitts fall to like the end of the 6th, like right here, I think that's a very good pick. Normally, I'm not on the bandwagon for taking Kyle Pitts here. I think his ADP typically is probably like the mid-5th, end of the 5th. So down here is great because there's obviously a very, where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's a lot of fucking smoke going on around Julio Jones and where he ends up being. So if he moves, Kyle Pitts' ADP is obviously he'll end up being probably like a 4th round pick in a redraft league. So you're squeezing all the value. And that's what you're looking for in best ball drafts. You want to grab the guys at value to where if the situation changes, if their ADP shoots up, guess what? You're competing. And this is more so for like tournaments. So if you join the Best Ball Mania, where it's a $25 buy-in, but it's $1,000,001, biggest prize pool ever. You're competing against everybody else in the tournament. You want to compete against. So if you get Kyle Pitts in the 6th round, Julio moves, all the teams that you're going to be competing against from that point forward have 4th round Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? So you have the advantage of your team building that way. So take them when they're at their value if they can move up based on whatever change happens to them afterwards. Odell at the 6-9, Herbert 6-10, Ayuk and Chark. I really like that. I like Ayuk at the end of the 6, Chark at the 6-12. Russell Wilson. All right. Where are we at? 7 picks away. Also, if you're new to the stream, you're just hopping in, go download the Underdog app, please. All right? It's the first link in the description. It's pinned in the chat, comment, whatever section right now. It'll take you right to the App Store. Download it. When you deposit $10 using the promo code BDGE, they're going to give you a free $25. They're literally just giving out $25 to all first-time depositors for no fucking reason other than they love you. And I love them for doing that. So if you throw $10 down with the promo code BDGE, your account will have $35 into it, and you could do fucking 12 best ball drafts. Okay, so Damian Harris, we're starting to see the move up. These were some of the best value picks earlier on in the summer. This is why I try to get on the best ball drafts early as I possibly can, because look, Damian Harris is probably going to be like a 6th round pick. There's going to be one report that comes out that's like Damian Harris is the starting running back for New England, and he jumps up to like the 6th or 5th round. While right now, we're all getting him in the 7th or 8th round. It's fucking free money. We're printing money here. We're printing money, and the government can't do anything about it. Pull up draft board, please. Yeah, I got you. I might just take myself off the screen or just minimize myself because you can't fucking see me anyways. There's literally no point in me being on the screen, huh? Damn. Should hurt my own feelings. All right, so this is the whole draft board right now. And I'll link to the draft board afterwards as well. I'll put that in the description, so if you want to take a look at it. Robbie Anderson at the 7-6 makes a lot of sense as well. Like, I mean, he was someone who just performed last year, bro. And like, I think he's probably more of a floor play than a ceiling play, but I don't know. It's just a great wide receiver 3-4 to just have on your team. Raheem Mostert's like a really, really risky pick right now, y'all. I know, like, they like him. There is a chance. It's a small chance, but there is a chance. Oh, you bastard! You took fucking Debo from me. There is a chance that Raheem Mostert does not even make the team. I put it very small. I put it at a very small chance. Ooh. What are we doing here? Okay. I'm also going to be single-handedly moving Leonard Fournette's ADP up. Tyler Boyd. Yeah, this is a panic pick, but I'm going to take Fournette. Take him. Should I just say fuck it and stack up the entire Dallas offense? Should I just go Michael? Nah, that's too much. That's too much. I can't do that. I still like these other players more. See, the problem here now is I have a pit wide receiver, so technically I can go with Juju here and then stack Ben on top, but that's like not where you want to be. Not where you want to be at all. I kind of like Devontae Smith here, actually. I think he's going to be the one, like outright, no questions about it, in Philadelphia. I think he's going to be a lot better as a rookie than most people realize. There's a really good chance that Devontae Smith just leads the Philly in targets, like easily, with like 100 targets his rookie year. And he's going to be really good on them if he does. So Leonard Fournette is a guy, like I said, the opinions I have on players from last year to this year are going to be wildly different. Leonard Fournette last year is a third-round pick, terrible. Never had any different opinion change on that. Leonard Fournette now is an 8th, 9th, 10th round pick, phenomenal. Do you remember how Leonard Fournette fucking finished the season last year? I'm going to pull it up again because I feel like I did this last video. But y'all, like, remember what Leonard Fournette was last year down the stretch. From weeks 15 through the Super Bowl, like, look at the touch numbers. 14 carries, 5 targets, 3 targets, 2 targets, 4 targets, 6 targets, 7 targets, 4 targets, 19, 17, 12, 16. He scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touchdowns over the last 7 games. Don't be surprised if Fournette takes over as the workhorse this year in Tampa Bay. And that, there might not be a better situation to be a starting running back in. So Leonard Fournette in best ball leagues in the 8th, 9th round, I feel like is the easy fucking smash button here. He's going to have his blow-up weeks. He's going to have really big weeks for them. I'm not scared about Gio. I'd be surprised if Gio even made the fucking team. Keyshawn Vaughn didn't show a single thing last year. So I'm all in on Lenny here at his ADP right now. This is how you build a roster. I don't actually like my wide receivers, to be honest with you. I wish I just took guys that I liked, but listen, I've talked to some smart people that know what they're doing, a lot smarter than me, which I know. It's hard to believe. There are people out there smarter than me. Where is Julio going? Julio's going to his fucking... Julio's going bike home to Atlanta. He ain't going nowhere. Let's put it this way. If Robinson's rookie year is the year he wouldn't see this field... What the fuck did you just say, Rick Ross? Go put that in a rap song or something. I can't. I'm Australian. You hate to see it. And once you deposit and enter the code, then you get $25. Correct. Once you have the app, you're going to deposit $10, and when you're doing it, there is there's a place to just put the promo code in, and you put BDGE, and you'll get the account will just say $35 once you do it. It's sick. It's sick. We're down with the sickness. Aren't you taxed for winning? Yeah, we don't pay taxes here. That's the whole thing about it. That's the whole thing about our corporation and why we're so profitable. We have a deal. We have a partnership with the government where we don't pay taxes. All right, so now you're starting to see all those value running backs that everybody's been talking about for a while start to move up the board. We're starting to move up the board. Michael Carter 8-4, a little risky in my opinion, but I kind of like it. I think he's got a little more upside than people are realizing. I think he'll be like a 15-touch guy by probably halfway through the season. The question becomes, how valuable does that become for him in fantasy? Like, do we really want a New York Jets running back that touches the ball 14 times a game? Like, who gives a shit? Are they going to score at all? Is the offensive line going to be any good? Like, we don't really know. This could be a 14-touch, like 56-yard guy, Michael Carter. But I think the upside is real. I think he has a lot of explosiveness to him. I think he has a lot of like Ahmad Bradshaw to his game. So that's the upside for a guy like Michael Carter. Let's see. Zach Moss is another guy where I think like he has a chance to capture that entire like backfield. But their offensive line run blocking was horrible last year. They obviously moved completely to a pass-first offense. So it's like, a guy who's not really catching passes. The goal line work is being split between Moss, Singletary, and Josh Allen. So, yeah, I mean, he's an upside guy, and his upside is providing you a good floor. We'll put it that way. That's what Zach Moss is. His upside provides you a good floor. Waddle, James Conner is a guy that's super intriguing to me, and I've talked about it in most of my best ball videos. But James Conner in the 9th, 10th round again, I think he secures like 80% of what Kenyon Drake had last year, and they were just forcing 20 carries a game to Kenyon Drake. I think it's clear that Cliff wants to use a big guy, and he wants Chase Edmonds to be the pass catcher there. Chase Edmonds got a lot of passing down work. He got like I think he had the 6th most targets among any running backs in the league last year, but he only had like 90 carries, and 25 of them came in a single game. So I think it's very clear that they don't. And that was while Kenyon Drake had a high ankle sprain. I think it's super clear that he's not going to be the guy this year. He's not going to be a 3-down workhorse. How is the plant? Getting plenty of light, I hope. So I have it next to my window. I have it right next to my window, so it's getting like, it's not like direct light. The sun doesn't rise next to the window, so it's getting light from just like the outside world, which I think works. And I'm trying not to water it too much. One of the plants that they sent me is like dead already, I'm pretty sure. The leaves are like crispy as hell. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And I'm just panicking and feeding it water. And I know it's like the opposite of what you're supposed to do. See if there's any running back value plays left. Tyler Higbee. Do we like anyone at the wide receiver position? Oh, so there's 2 Baltimore players that I really like here. And I'm going to go with Gus here. I've been taking so much Gus. Oh, there's 2 picks in a row for me. Cool. I'm going to go with Gus and Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown fall into the 10th round in best ball leagues. I kind of really like that. He was a guy I was high on last year. That was a fuck up by me. I'm not perfect. I only seem to be. But I think Marquise Brown finished the season really well. And I feel like he's going to build on it a little bit. And again, this passing game is kind of a funnel. It's like it doesn't go to the running backs. It goes to Marquise Brown. And I like Rashad Bateman, of course, but we'll see what kind of impact he can make as a rookie. I just like, Marquise Brown's a best ball guy. He's a best ball guy, Take the easy way out and just say that. So the plants, I just don't really know what to do. You know what else is fucked up? Man, I'm so pissed that the video doesn't work on this right now. I need to show you the fertilizer I got. So the plant I bought, the big-ass one, is like 4 feet tall. And they upsold me. The website upsold me on getting it fertilizer. And it's like this food fertilizer, right? It's like solid fertilizer. And then I see the instructions for that plant. And this is the website that sold me the plant, upsold me on the fertilizer. And then it tells me that I should be giving it liquid fertilizer. I'm like, you guys are scumbags. You guys are fucking assholes. But also sick business plan because now I'm going to buy liquid fertilizer. I just don't know when to fertilize it. Also, how? Do I just sprinkle it on top of the soil? Do I just like water it and also put the fertilizer in? Or do I need to like dig underneath the soil and put the fertilizer in there? Is it in the computer? I don't know. Plants are fucking difficult, man. It's hard being a father. They always say parenting is the hardest job on the earth. And I agree with them now. What up, Mark? Stacking has become semi-overrated unless you're playing a large tournament style or in DFS lineups. Normal best ball redraft and dynasty not as important. Yeah, I don't care about redraft and dynasty in terms of stacking at all. Best ball, I guess, yeah, you could probably say that because you're just playing against other people in your league. What I would say though is an interesting point is looking at schedules right now, where if you could see weeks 14, 15, 16, like if you're in the best ball mania part. And weeks 14, 15, 16 are the playoffs. And those weeks, right, like you eliminated 90% of the league in Best Ball Mania in the huge tournament fields. You eliminate a huge portion of the league. You're in weeks 14, 15, 16. You have to be number 1 out of like 25 teams in order to advance to the next week. Look for matchups that have really high scoring potential weeks. Like if you know that it's going to be like the Rams Chiefs in week 14, and it's going to be like the Bucks versus the Washington football team. It might be better to say like, okay, as a tiebreaker, rather than putting my draft capital into Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, I go with Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, or Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, right? Because you need to separate yourself, one, by having odd stacks just to separate yourself from 25 teams. But in that week, you need to have such a high scoring pop-off week that that it might be worth looking that far ahead if you're going to be doing like Best Ball Mania stacks. What else we got? Okay. See Rashad Bateman at the 10-8. David Johnson at the 10-7, huh? I'm like, honestly, I might be bike on board with David Johnson there just because there's literally nothing in that offense. I got my first share of Deshaun Watson in best ball yesterday, and it was because he dropped to the 15th round. 11th round's a little too spicy for me, especially when you have guys that you know are going to play the full 16. Yeah, like Tannehill's on the board. I can't be taking half a season Watson over Tannehill. It's just not me, dog. Especially when you're only rostering like 2 quarterbacks in this league. Thoughts on Najee Harris this year? I love him. I think he'll be a pretty high consensus, like first round pick by the time real fantasy drafts roll around. I mean, listen, we've seen so many successful rookie campaigns from Saquon to Zeke to Leonard Fournette. Like, no reason to be scared of rookies. Obviously, the offense is the biggest concern there. They did address it in the draft a little bit later in the draft than we wanted them to, but I mean, Najee Harris is going to get as much fucking work as this man can handle. He's a big boy, and he's gonna get a lot of work, and he's gonna get a lot of passing work. So like, don't be surprised if he starts putting up like Le'Veon Bell type volume with less efficiency. So yeah, I mean, maybe he doesn't have the ceiling that we want him to have, but like, you know, if you get him at the 2-2, 2-3, you're gonna have a really, really, really nice floor RB2. Everyone's sleeping on Hardman. Yes, because he deserves to be slept on. I'm taking fucking Ambien on Mecole Hardman. You put roofies in my drink. Mecole Roofie Hardman. All right, we're bike on the board. Is T-Law off the board already? Yes, he is. All right, we won't worry about Stiz accent. I was thinking about doing just a straight up Marvin Jones, Trevor Lawrence stack. We have 4 running backs. There's no other running backs I love still left on the board right now, so we'll probably go with wide receiver. I'm a fan of Marvin Jones here. I've been taking a lot. He's like one of my highly owned wide receivers, I feel like, in best ball so far. We can look at my exposure after this. One of the cooler things about best ball or on Underdog is they show you the exposure you have to each player. So, like, you know, if you need to, you know, diversify that revenue. So the wide receivers are sitting here with, I don't even have a tight end yet, huh? I don't like Tanyan. Yeah, we'll address tight end later. I'm going to go T.Y. Hilton here. I feel like T.Y. Hilton is such a sneaky play in best ball. Like, I'm a really big fan of grabbing T.Y. Hilton this year in the 12th round. I think he'll have a nice year. I don't think he's toast. I don't think he's toasted. I think he's maybe slightly toasted. I think they put it in there, put the timer at like 15 seconds, turned it up. But T.Y. Toasty Hilton, he's not too toasted. He's not burnt. Thoughts on Ruggs this year? I don't know. I'm not going to be drafting him in like redraft leagues. Maybe in like the 14th round or some shit, but I don't know. Everything about that Raiders offense is just disgusting outside of Darren Waller. Fertilize on top. You're a good dude, Bud Snacks. Where do you shop for your clothes? I shop a lot for a lot of my clothing. Only NY. Only NY is like one of my favorite streetwear brands in New York. OnlyNY.com. For my button downs, I like to get them from Barney Cools, but you know, I go to H&M a lot. Urban Outfitters is fine, overpriced, so I don't go there too often. But I'm pretty simple with my shit. I found for my basic tees, it's called Pro. Let me see. Hold on one sec. I found a perfect fitting tee from Amazon that I just bought like 10 pairs of, black and like navy blue. You see where they're at. I would show you on the big screen, but I'm actually like legitimately nervous for what will pop up on my Amazon order history. So if you type in Pro Club Men's Heavyweight Cotton, just type in, yeah, it's called Pro Club Men's Heavyweight Cotton Short Sleeve T-shirt. The black and blue ones from Pro Club are like my favorite T-shirts in the world. I wear them all the time. This T-shirt that I'm wearing right now, the pink, if you guys can even still see me, it's from onlyny.com though. ASOS is good too for basic shit. ASOS.com. What do we got? I kind of wanted Troutman. George stole Troutman from me. I'm going to be hurting at tight end, huh? I've been stacking so much Tom Brady and Gronk. Gronk's probably going to get hurt in like the first week, and all my basketball teams are just fucked. That's fine. Whatever. Get into the 13th round. Oh, we got Paris Campbell 13th round again because George read one fucking headline. Reads one headline. Starts drafting Paris Campbell in the 7th round. Okay, George. What are your top 5 quarterbacks right now? For redraft, it's got to be Mahomes. I would take Lamar Jackson, number 2. I would take Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, and then very close between probably Dak and Justin Herbert. Unless, am I missing someone like super obvious right now? I don't think I am, but that would be what it is. Amazon is usually toss up. Oh, for sure. Don't worry. I went and tested like I've ordered many basics from it. This was the first t-shirt I bought. Christopher Davis, I can appreciate Underdog sponsors you, but it's the bottom site to play on. The most limited and poorly structured money leagues possible. The big names are so much better. Even FFPC is a lot better. All of those sites have fucking terrible websites. All of their setups are miserable. All their setups were built in like 1995, and they haven't updated a fucking single thing since then. Christopher, I could tell you're of the older generation, so I understand why you like things that are built like they came from the AOL era. But it's time to upgrade. It's time to upgrade your brain. Doom, when is Underdog going to let PA residents play? Bro, they just got passed. They're live in Pennsylvania right now. For all you guys that are from Pennsylvania that have not signed up yet, go grab that $25 on top of the 10. They are live in Pennsylvania as of like 2 or 3 days ago. Download the app, use promo code BDGE when you deposit 10, you'll get $35 to play with. All right, we bike on the clock almost. We bike with a remix. Wow, how are we at 47 minutes already? I'm only in the 13th round. Y'all pick slow as shit. All right. I'm bike on the clock. What are we looking at for tight ends? All right. I don't hate Gerald Everett as a tight end. I don't hate Hunter Henry. I think I feel more secure with Hunter Henry. I think people probably like Gerald Everett a little bit over Hunter Henry because they see an athletic tight end, but like who really knows what role Everett's going to play on that team? Was Amon-Ra already taken? Yeah, it looks like he was. Do we need another running bike? Brashad the God. You know what? We're going to hedge a little bit here. We're going to hedge if Julio leaves. He's not going to leave. It's a fact. But if the unthinkable happens, Russell Gage, low key, wide receiver 2. My first Russell Gage share, I believe. I should have taken Cole Kmet. That was a bad pick by me. Whatever. The league. I mean, yeah, but if we're talking about, I know you guys were asking top 5 quarterbacks. Rodgers for fantasy is up in the air right now. I'm not going to put him in my top 5 for fantasy because I don't know what the fuck he's doing. You can't win any money on Underdog. I mean, you could win if you're good. That's how every fucking site works. Jerry Jeudy or Justin Jefferson, who finishes higher in half PPR this year? You want to know who finishes higher? You're fucking high. Nick, I've been thinking about moving to New York for some time. It's Bedford, it's Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn, a nice neighborhood. Bed-Stuy, that's where Biggie's from. I don't really know much about the area, to be honest with you. It's one, like Brooklyn is kind of a different world than Manhattan. So like if you're looking to move to New York, to move to like New York, like New York City, Manhattan, Bed-Stuy probably ain't it. Um, it's also probably not in like my top 5 neighborhoods in Brooklyn, but I also objectively don't know much about Bed-Stuy, so I can't really speak on it. I mean, it really depends on what you're looking for. Like, if you're like more of the artsy type, there are definitely better areas in Brooklyn to move to. Williamsburg, Greenpoint, Bushwick. Send Tony's ass to Bushwick. You'll find a lot of my previous interns in Bushwick because that's when they get fired. I send them there. But yeah, I mean, it depends obviously what your budget is. Depends what you're looking for. New York's got it all. A lot of it bad, though. I wish I could have went to that game last night. Snacks went to the Knicks game last night. What a game, though. What a game. Rough loss. Trae Young's a fucking savage. Alec Burks, wild-ass game. I can't believe they didn't win. They just started off so slow. If Randall could have fucking not been an absolute bum, like they should have won that game. It's going to be a fun series, though. It's going to be a good series. I'm thinking about getting tickets for Wednesday night's game at the Garden. Knicks in 7, man. I feel you. I could see it. Snacks alive after the game. He texted us during the during the game, and I thought he was going to tell us he got kicked out. He said he was like he like did one of those text messages where he broke it up into 7 different text messages, and as he was like telling the story, basically just was telling us a story about how some kid Snacks is like a legend in New York sports. It makes no sense. Like everywhere we go, Yankees game, Knicks game, fucking any game we go to, Giants game, people just recognize him in the stadium. Thoughts on Eckler this year? Worried about the injury? No, I'm not. I'm not worried about him getting injured. I think Eckler's going in the same spot that he was last year. I think it's pretty simple. I think he's going to catch a lot of passes, but they are just simply not giving him goal line work. They don't give him goal line work. Although Anthony Lynn is out of the picture, so maybe there is a little bit more touchdown upside last year. But if you look at the goal line work he got in the beginning of the year, and then literally like the last 13 games of the fucking season, just nothing. I know he missed a lot of time, but like when he came back, just absolutely no goal line work. But the offensive line is going to be really, 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 really improved. So yeah, I mean Eckler's fine. Eckler's fine where he's going. I wish he was going in like the late second, early third. I think that makes a little bit more sense. But to be honest with you, with the other guys that are going in that area, let me just make my pick real quick. Who do we got at quarterback? Oh, it is ugly. It is ugly. Okay, so this is did I take any Detroit pass catchers? Don't hate Goff. I don't know if Cam is the quarterback for the entire year. It wouldn't be surprising if Cam was the quarterback for the whole year, but I'm going to go with Winston here. I'm going to go Jameis. He's probably going to win that starting spot, and he's going to end up moving all the way up to like the 12th, 11th round for quarterbacks. So we got Jameis, and do we have a wide receiver to stack with? Is Traquan Smith still available? Why are people taking Traquan Smith? Stop drafting Traquan Smith so I can draft him and stack him. Do need another tight end. We'll go with Hooper. He's actually a starting tight end. I feel like Austin Hooper like played really well when he came back from injury last year, and people are just completely dismissing him. OBJ stinks. Jarvis stinks. Good pick, by the way, DLIS God, with De'Ami Brown. De'Ami Brown's like in a very similar situation to what Terry McLaurin was in a couple of years ago. Good prospect. Goes to Washington. Overlooked. Yeah, so I don't hate Austin Hooper. I don't love him, but like, okay. But back to Eckler. Yeah, I mean, they get Lindsley. They draft Lyman first round. So like, this offensive line is going to be good. This offense is going to be good overall. They got a new OC or new person calling plays and shit. So Eckler's, I think he's a safe enough pick. I'm not worried about like injury history or anything like that. But I would take the guys. So the other guys going around him, you have like the Joe Mixons, who I would probably take over Eckler just because I trust the workload. But if you want to roll the dice on Eckler, because his efficiency should be absolutely crazy. Riley Brock, you're a cunt for what you did to me. I'll never forget when you did that like 3-4 years ago. But thank you for being a supporter of the brand forever. It means a lot. I don't know why, but when I just deposited into Underdog, there's no option to put a referral code. Never mind, it added the 25 automatically. Oh, you didn't put the fucking code in for me? Bro, you're killing the brand when you don't put the promo code in. You're absolutely killing us. You ruined my whole life, Doom, by doing that. I'm looking to move back to NY too. How are the COVID rates these days? Yeah, NY. I'm not being biased, but NY is like completely open. Like I went out and raged this weekend, and I'm going out to dinner tonight. The COVID rates are very low. I mean, we're getting vaccinated like it's a fucking. I feel like we're in like a movie where it's like robots. They go in line and they're just like churning out like fake people. When you go to like the vaccination site, so when I went to, it was like the Javits Center. There was like 1,000 people just in line. They were just like cycling them through. It was insane. I felt like I was a robot. Yeah, the COVID rates are very much down. Is Mike Davis a steal of the draft? I'm just worried he's going to average like 3.3 yards per carry. I just don't know how much this offense really involves the running backs. I like him. If he's 5th round, I'm fine with it. If he starts creeping up too high, I'm a little bit nervous that like something weird happens in that backfield that we just weren't expecting. Cleveland is kind of a tight end by committee. Like, not really, though. I know like people like Harrison Bryant, but he didn't, like, not really. He had like a couple good games when Austin Hooper was gone, but yeah, the East Village is very much out of control right now. East Village, I'm in the West Village, so West Village is full go. East Village, full go. Lower East Side's good to go. Soho and shit is popping. It's all good. Oh, Njoku is going to be used heavily this year. I forgot about Njoku. I literally forgot that he was a player. Julio to the Cowboys? No. That would fuck up my stack pretty bad, huh? I think the mobile app may have issues inputting promo codes opposed to the website. Possibly. I thought they told me they fixed it. I talked to the rep and he was like, before they had it where it was after you deposited, so you put money down and then the promo code would pop up, which was kind of like a problem because it got confusing for people. But they told me they moved it earlier. Okay, let's look at the last couple rounds. Javian Hawkins, 16. He should be like a last round pick. He's an undrafted free agent. Christian Kirk, Sterling Shepard, Tyrell Williams, Tyreek Cohen, Dawson Knox, Josh Palmer, AJ Green, Verzi, Cam Newton at the 17-7, love that. Deshaun Jackson at the 17-8, also love that. Adam Troutman is a super sleeper tight end this year. I don't think he's really a sleeper. I think everyone knows about him, to be honest. Like, probably going to take another running back here. I don't think Jerick McKinnon is going to make the team. I really don't like Tevin Coleman, but I feel like he's not a terrible. He's like somehow going to will his way into like 4 or 5 15-touch games. He just feels like that guy. So I'm going to go with Tevin Coleman here, and I'm going to hate it. I'm going to absolutely hate it. My tight ends are Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. I should probably grab a third one, I guess. Ebron. They did just take Pat Freiermuth, but he's not going to make an impact for a minute. Do I have any other stacks? Dalton Schultz. Should we stack? No, because fucking what's his name's coming bike. Even though I feel like he's not going to do anything. Should we just go Zach Ertz? I'm going to go Zach Ertz on the premise that he either stays in Philly or if he goes somewhere, he's going to become the starting tight end in Indianapolis. That's what I'm looking at right there. What would you sell Kittle for in a Dynasty Superflex tight end premium? You could probably get some really good capital. Get like an early and a mid first. Get a younger tight end. Get like flip Kittle for I don't know, like a super athletic young tight end and, picks. You could probably flip him for like Irv Smith and players or picks. You can probably flip him for like fucking Irv Smith, Deontay Johnson in a first. Like I like that for depth. Something light like that. You can get a lot for kill in a Superflex Dynasty tight end premium league. I mean, it depends what your team needs. Depends how you're set up right now. See me Fehoko. Yeah, I like Fehoko. He's one of my taxi squad guys. Big taxi squad energy out of Fehoko. Fehoko's like this kid out of let me pull up his player profile actually. I don't remember if I did a video or not on him. I feel like I did actually. I did it in a literally taxi squad video. But he's a guy, if you got your waivers running for like Ferkser, Troutman, Komet, like any of those guys are fine if you're flipping Kittle for another tight end, but make sure that you get like premium fucking players for him. This dude's an absolute beast. He's a Mormon. He's Mormon. So he went on a mission for like 2 years. So he became old as shit out of Stanford. This giant player, best comp to Alshon Jeffrey as you could see. But athletically, he's a beast. He produced in college and took over as like the workhorse there. Broke out at 20, so his breakout age is pretty fucking old. But he dominated at the time he was there. And again, he's this guy who went on a mission for 2 years, so he missed what would have been like his prime years as a producer. But he's a guy on Dallas, and we don't know what's going to happen in that wide receiver room there. We don't know if if Cooper's going to be around for a long time. Michael Gallup's contract's up at the end of the year, so he's a guy to keep on your taxi squad if you're in dynasty leagues. All right, well, this is the final squad. We got Dak and Jameis as our quarterbacks, and of course we stacked Dak with Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. Running backs got Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Leonard Fournette, Gus Edwards, Tevin Coleman. Wide receivers, Cooper, Lamb, Deontay Johnson, Devontae Smith, Marquise Brown, Marvin Jones, T.Y. Hilton, Russell Gage. Tight ends, Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, Zach Ertz. I kind of actually like this pick. This team. I like this team a lot. I will put the full draft board into the description as well for this video. And again, please, underdogfantasy.com. Go to it. Download the app. Also linked everywhere. Description, live chat, comment section. When you use the promo code BDGE and deposit $10 for the first time, they're going to throw $25 on top of it. Okay? Go through our link. Use our promo code. It helps out the brand tremendously. Does Underdog rate your draft? Now, they don't rate your draft. They do give you projected points, though. And I want to say, I'm not sure how to do it here, but on the app, it lines it up against all the other teams and tells you where you rank in terms of projected points. But a lot of the times, it's just whoever takes 3 quarterbacks has the highest projected points because they just project, those are in raw numbers, they score the most points. So whoever has more of them always has like the highest projected numbers. I would say Verzi probably has the highest projected points after taking Justin Fields 6 overall. Yeah, here's the final draft board. Not that you guys can really see it as I'm just scrolling through it, but all right, y'all. That's gonna wrap up the stream. I apologize for the camera not working. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll be doing mock drafts every Monday. We'll be doing a bunch of fantasy shit in between, Tuesday to Friday. And I'll see you on tomorrow's video, which will be breaking down sophomores. Okay, we're starting with the RB1 and the wide receiver 1 of the class per Underdog ADP. And each week we will move bike further to the RB2 and wide receiver 2, the RB3, wide receiver 3, and just give you the pros and cons, the big facts about each player, and let y'all decide from there. All right, love y'all. Thank you for sticking around. And we are out, y'all. UnderdogFantasy.com.